Good morning, beautiful souls. I wanted to get on and say that my name is Suzette Denny, and I love to talk anything spirituality. I love to be on this awareness journey. And what is this meaning for me? It is, I have woke up, I call it awakening, a spiritual awakening about 3 years ago. And so I like to talk about it, let people know how they can wake up also. I actually needed some counseling when I first started, and I could not find any. So I just started YouTubing about things that were hurting me, you know, my feelings, or what I'm supposed to do now. After almost getting a divorce and being separated. So then I started realizing that things that I was doing was a mirror of what I needed to heal. So that's what has been this journey for me. And when I recognized that the relationships that I was in was a reflection of me and things I needed to heal, then I was like, oh wow. And this was so true. And I have healed some of this stuff. Now, I think we're living every day for the rest of our lives until, if we're 90, we're still learning stuff. So I don't think this journey ever ends. And if you're awakened to this awareness, it never ends. You look at the whole world differently, different perspective, and you just can't actually help yourself. Then you're just on this journey and you're on it. There's no going back. There's no looking at it differently. I mean, you can look at things differently, absolutely. And you talk to people and they look at things differently also. And you change your perspectives and the way we're thinking and stuff, but you never go back to what we call 3D. And that is just where you're asleep. You don't even actually know that the relationships you're in is a mirror of you and what you need to heal. Because back when we were tiny, tiny little babies, we were born into families, most of us, that were abusive situations, you know, abandonment, or parents not paying attention to us. So we've all grown up to lack some of this inside as far as, we feel abandoned. My mom never left, but I felt abandoned by her. Or my dad did leave, and I haven't seen him for 20 years. I don't even know if he's alive. So we all have these hurts, I guess you can say, and stuff that we need to heal. But if you're 3D, you don't pay attention to that. You actually live in the ego, which I did, absolutely. Lived in my ego, and anything that would hurt me, I would run, or I wouldn't even realize that I was being hurt. And the things that happened to me, I was like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? I'm a good person. I've never done this and I've never done that. And it's not even about that. Everything's happening to you so you can wake up to realize that you need to heal it. Because once you, accept, the abandonment and realize that they didn't mean to do it, that's the way they were raised. So this comes back to all the way people were raised. Our parents were raised, and they raised us. And then I've noticed my kids are a little bit better, and my grandkids are going to be so much better, and their kids are going to be better. Because, back when we were growing up, it was, be quiet, we don't have time for you, shut up, nothing you say is important. And that's not true. And I can see now that my grandkids are being raised, like letting them speak, letting them, tell their feelings. I remember as a child, I would want to tell somebody my feelings, and I wasn't allowed. It was like, no, we don't have time for this. We have this to do or this to do. And I'm like, how is paying a bill or running to the store more important than the feelings I have? But it was like that, and that's how we were raised. So I so many people are on this spiritual journey, and a lot of you guys are going to go through it. Some of you are waking up right now, I can see. And so I just want to be here. I'm about 3 years in. So if anybody's just opening up to this, I would like to help them, show them the things that I've had to go through. There's lots of tools that we can use to get ourselves just through the day, because sometimes when the stuff comes up, it's just like, oh my gosh, you know, you're crying, you're upset, and sometimes you need to journal it out. Sometimes you need to just scream it out. Sometimes you need to just walk it out. Sometimes you need to cuss it out, however it is for you. And I think I've done all those and probably so much more. So anyway, I just wanted to say that I'm going to start making videos, and anybody that wants to, you know, reach out to me, and I will be glad to show them, help them through this process. It's not easy, but once you get on the other side of it, and I'm not saying there is another side, because I think we're always doing this, but it gets so much easier. You react less. You get some things much quicker. And like when we first wake up, we have to live in the misery. Oh gosh, why did this happen to me? And then now it's just like, oh, this happened for me to see. So now I can work on it, and then it'll be gone. It could be gone in, you know, minutes, to where before, you know, it would take me 3 months to even let something go. So I wanted to just get on here and tell you that. Reach out to me if you have any questions. I don't care what it is, and nothing is too personal. There's a lot of personal stuff you're gonna have to go through, and so, you know, just reach out to me, or reach out to other spiritual teachers on here, or just listen to people, spiritual you know, groups. There's groups on Facebook. There's also a lot of spirituality on YouTube, and that's where I started. You know, I actually, in the town I lived in, wanted to talk to a counselor. There was nobody there, so I started looking it up on YouTube, and then that's how I became aware of, you know, what reality really is. So, and don't feel, you know, afraid. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's old paradigms and old patterns that we have to break. There were so many old patterns in my family, and you can ask every one of my family, my mom, my brothers, my daughter, my son. They're like, they've all changed because I have chose to change. So you don't change the other person. And that's what I did for years. Oh, I'm going to change my husband, or what can I do that would make, you know, it right? You can't do anything. You change yourself, and then everything around you changes for the better. It's wonderful. I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I'm on my way, and believe me, it's a lot better than where I used to be. I am so, you know, confident more in myself now. It just helps you in so many ways. I'm so peaceful, happy. I can actually be happy with nothing. And before, when I had everything, oh my God, I was so unhappy. I mean, I had everything material, like houses and, you know, rentals and all that stuff. But, you know, all that stuff just bogged me down. And I started praying, meditating, asking for peace, and things started falling away. And that's how it first began for me. But I want you guys to reach out for help. Don't be afraid. There's so many people on this journey, millions. So, and it doesn't have to be me, just ask somebody. I mean, somebody's going through the same thing. So that's what I wanted to say to you guys. Thank you so much for watching this. I'll be making more videos, and I love you guys so much. So much. Thank you. Bye.